As we get closer to the 2022 NFL Draft, we are going to start breaking down more and more rookies. And today we have Breece Hall, running back out of Iowa State. He's coming out as a junior. He is 6'1", 220 pounds. In 2020, had an amazing season, over 20 touchdowns, 23 in total. And then in 2021, my guy does it again, rushing for 1,472 yards on 5.9 per carry, 20 touchdowns on the ground. Then he adds 36 receptions, 300 yards through the air with three tutties. My guy was balling out all year, putting up big numbers. Badaki, out of high school, was he highly recruited?
Yeah, he was a 4-star recruit. He should have been a 5-star recruit. I mean, his dominator rating was a 42.95% of his team total offense. That's receiving, rushing, and touchdowns. I mean, this guy was doing it all and more. Zach, I know you love him.
I love him. Yeah, I'll tell you why. All Breece does is score tutties. That's all my guy does. He actually broke an FBS record for consecutive games with a touchdown. In the last 2 years, he's put up 20 touchdowns in both years.
Yeah.
Almost 50 touchdowns in the past 2 years. All this guy does is score. He's got very, very good vision, Badaki.
100%.
The one thing that stood out to me more than anything when watching his tape is his vision is incredible.
Wow.
If he needs to be decisive, then he's decisive. He goes straight through the hole. Pause. Or if he needs to be patient, he allows the offensive line to create the best available opportunity for him. He has very impressive patience, consistently makes the first defender miss. Good hands, can be used in the passing game, so he is that three down back, if you will. And on the goal line, I noticed that he's always scoring. That's what you want in the NFL. You want someone that you can trust on the goal line. Not every team has that. Did you see him the same way as I? Do you see these kind of attributes?
Yeah, I definitely see it. You know, he's a big back, and the first thing I thought of was a workhorse. He is the workhorse. He's going to come in, and I think you nailed it on the head. He's a 3-down back in my opinion. He can catch the ball, but what's crazy is that the touchdowns are insane, and I think that can easily translate to the National Football League. And that's why he's our top, I think, if I'm not mistaken, collectively.
Yeah, he's both of our running back ones. I wasn't sure about you and one other name, but he's my clear running back one in this draft. By the way, for those of you who don't know what a dominator rating is, essentially what that is how did this player contribute to his offense? So when Badaki said he had a 42.95% dominator rating this year, that means that's for the total amount of yards of his team, he contributed 42.95% of those.
That's a lot. That's almost touchdowns. 50%.
That is a dominating player. Now, he does lack elite speed, and I do think his burst and explosiveness could be a little bit better. But outside of those two things, I think he can be a very, very good running back in the NFL.
He's
and
strong,
I think he can be a very fantasy relevant player as well. When you saw him on tape, who did he remind you of?
Oh, the first person I thought, I don't know about you, but I saw a young Marshawn Lynch. He's strong. He hits the hole. He gets the touchdowns. You know, I think of Monty as well, another young guy, and James Conner. Conner purely because of the touchdowns. You know, we saw what James Conner did last year in fantasy. He was a touchdown king. This guy was getting it almost every single one. And I see a mix of all those guys kind of coming in with Breece Hall.
I can see the David Montgomery one for sure. That one's, I can see that. I wanted to pose one that I haven't heard many people say, and that's a young Chiefs version of Kareem Hunt.
Oh, okay.
Remember Kareem Hunt as a rookie? Yeah. How dominant he was?
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't have the speed Kareem Hunt has. He doesn't have that elite speed, but I think he can be a dominant running back in the NFL. Teams that I think he could fit really well with, the Cardinals. You just said James Conner. Don't worry about re-signing Conner. Don't worry about re-signing Edmonds. Go draft Breece Hall, probably in the second round, and you have your running back of the future. Is there a team that stood out to you?
My biggest team is actually the Bills. Obviously, they have these two young running backs, but if somehow, let's just say they draft another running back, this is a workhorse running back. This was the next thing that they needed. Yes, Singletary kind of took off a little bit. You see it too late, but they need a big body guy, I think, in my opinion, to kind of to take away all those opportunities from Josh Allen, because I hope he doesn't get hurt. And they need a workhorse, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Dolphins and Falcons are two other teams that we said could be a good fit.
I had the Cardinals and Falcons as well.
Okay. So in Dynasty rookie drafts upcoming, people are looking for this type of running back, someone who can be a 3-down running back. So I don't imagine he goes anywhere later than the 104. He's probably 103, 104. Are you comfortable with taking him there, assuming he gets drafted in, let's say, the second round to a good team?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's fine if you need a running back, especially in a dynasty perspective. Maybe you have your quarterbacks in a super flex and you need running backs. Yeah, take Breece Hall.
Very young guy too, by the way. He's 20 years old right now before the draft. I believe he'll be 21 by the time the season begins, but that's pretty young. That's what you want. All right, guys, let us know. Do you agree with our take on Breece Hall? You think we're idiots? It's okay. Comment down below because your comments help everyone who views the video get a full picture of the player.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.